I'm Katie Hafner, host of a new podcast called Lost Women of Science. Every season, we'll be looking at the life and work of one scientist who did something remarkable. But somewhere along the line, her story got lost. So we've made it our job to find it. Here's a preview of Season 1.
It was a day in February, a couple years ago. I went to this warehouse in the Bronx where many of the records from the early part of the century were kept, and stumbled across some autopsy reports. And I said, well, maybe I'll get lucky. And indeed, I did.
Dorothy Andersen was this very determined-looking woman who discovered and characterized cystic fibrosis.
She was a dowdy-looking thing with a bun in the back of her head, no makeup. She had on a lab coat, but she was very kind, and you knew that she really, really cared about what she was doing for these kids.
Dear Dr. Andersen,
it's high time you had a report of P.
He has had very few attacks of the tonsillitis kind, I'm glad to say.
He now has 3 formed stools per day.
His usual trouble is a rise in temperature
to 101, 102.
You are an extra parent to these children.
At a checkup 2 weeks ago, she weighed
with my deep affection and true appreciation.
always.
So you can imagine, this child is trying to breathe, and they have all this mucus in their lungs.
It feels like you're suffocating to death. And I couldn't even walk across the room, even on oxygen, without gasping because it took so much effort.
There's the old saying, luck favors the prepared mind. The luck was that she was in a position where she saw some children, unfortunately, who had died of this problem. The prepared mind is Dorothy. I mean, she's just brilliant. She put this puzzle together.
The part about it which is difficult to swallow as a possible biographer is that there was one box and it was partially filled.
I think Dorothy Andersen has sort of been forgotten because, why is it that Rosalind Franklin wasn't given credit for her contributions to the discovery of the structure of DNA? I think it's the same type of thing.
We're going down to the basement where my mother kept her medical funds.
I'm just going through all of these. Okay, I think I hit the jackpot. I just found 2 folders titled Dorothy Andersen.
Coming November 4th, wherever you get your podcasts.